Hello student, welcome back to Orator Academy. Today we are going to start our business studies subject for class 11th and we are studying from the chapter 1, that is the business trade and commerce. And before starting this particular chapter, we are going to discuss about each and every element of the business studies and its related chapter in a detail. So you should be very careful in a listening, understanding, and revising the content, because this content is very helpful for all important uh, examinations related with the CBSC and related with the examination your schools and your other institutions. So you should be very careful about listening and understanding your business trade and commerce, because this is a new chapter, it's a new subject. Because you once you enter in a class 11, you have to handle the commerce and its related subject, that is starting from the accountancy, business studies, and the economics. So this is the second most important subject in the commerce, or you choose in the class 11. So we are going to start our chapter 1, that is the business, trade, and commerce. So let's get to the point. First of all, we are discussing about what is the business. Business is an economic activities that involve producing and purchasing goods and services for regular sale with the objective of earning profit by satisfying the human needs, right? Because we are talking about a business. Business is what? Business is economic activities that involves producing of different goods and services for whole accounting year with the objective of earning profit by satisfying or providing goods to the customer. And once the goods is reached to the customer doorstep, they consume it, they take the service of the product and goods, and they satisfy their wants. So in this way, this is the circular activities. Sometimes we can consider them, and it will help you to analyze how the business earn profit, how the business satisfy the human wants and a desire by producing goods and services for on a different period of time. And this process has been for a long period of time, and this is taking place in the Indian economy or world's economy. So business is almost economic activities for all types of industries or across the globe, and business is usually done for a product or for services. So business is very much important for economic activities. Business is very much important to earn the profit. Business is important to satisfy the human wants, because it will help the producer, it will help the supplier to produce different goods and services for customer and consumer. But how would you analyze that this is the economic activity? So let me help you to understand the very important part of the business, that is the economic activities. Activities performed to earn income or livelihood is called economic activities, right? So once the supplier or the producer invest their money, invest their resources, and in return they get the returns, get the money from the customer after selling that produced product or the services, they earn their profit, they earn their sales, they earn their revenue. So economic activities is somehow related with the earning a livelihood, earning the income while doing this kind of activities. So economic activities is not only a single option or single part of a business. It involves various other parts like production, like producing, production, like distribution of goods and services, exchange of goods and services. So all these are the part of economic activities. So activities performed to earn income and livelihood is called a economic activity. For example, shopkeeping, teaching in a school, and running a factories. In every example, you will observe that a retailer have a shop, they sell the goods and services on a regular basis. A teacher is teaching in a school, they also providing their services in a school, and they end of the month getting the salary, getting the revenue, or getting their wages, right? And in a factory, a businessman or a producer or a supplier, producing something valuable for the economy, for the customers. So this is how your economic activities will play an important role in the business, in the Indian economy, or in a local economy. So economic activities is somehow related with the generating income, somehow related with the earning livelihood. So a producer not only produce the goods, they sell it to the customer and they earn their revenue. So this is how your economic activities earn income or livelihood, which help both the parties, which is your consumer, and one on the other side it is your supply, right? Now we are moving on non-economic activity. Non-economic activities is somehow related with activities which are not related with the production of goods and services. It related with something different, which might be as follows in the definition. Activities performed out of a love, affection, sympathy, patriotism, and social services without the intention of earning profit, right? If you do a social activities, social services, and you earn or you do not get any money against it, so you are doing your non-economic activities. Economic activities is purely based on the earning income, but non-economy is not purely based on the earning income. So it will definitely based on the some important point, which definitely providing the services, providing the affection, providing the sympathy to the society and its member who are not well versed with the things and goods. So people are usually providing the goods and services to them so that they can uplift their life, uplift their day-to-day activities, and they can develop themselves, they can educate themselves, they can uh, have a nutrition for themselves. So this is how your non-economic activities works when they are done for the society, they are done for the people who are not well settled, who are not very much having a food, shelter, and your clothes facilities. So these activities are for them, which is basically helping activities. So for example, helping in elderly persons, cooking food for a family, volunteering for the charity. So this is your non-economic activities. Because because a person who is producing or cooking food for a family, volunteering for the charities, because he does not want money from them, but he intentionally producing goods for them so that they can so that he can help them and with the love and affection and have a sympathy for them. So this is how your non-economic activities will work for the society, right? So this is the difference between the economic activities or non-economic activities. Economic activities will go for money, non-economic activities not go for money, but they will go for love, affection, sympathy, patriotism, and the social services. Now, after studying the basics of the business, we are moving our important point, that is the role of business in economic development. So business is one of the strongest forces behind a country's economic growth. It is not only produce goods and services, but also create employment, support industries, and improve the standard of living. So this is how your business activities are very much helpful for the society as well as for the economy. Because business is purely help society, whether they are providing the services, whether they are providing the goods, whether they are providing the employment, whether they are providing the support to the other industries. So this is how they are helping the society or vice versa. They are also helping the society to increase or upscale or enhance their standard of living. So this is how your business will help the economy. But we will understand the importance of business with the help of some of the important point written over here. First is producer produces goods and services. Business produce and goods and services. Business convert resource into product and services that satisfy the human wants. whether you produce a capital goods, whether the business produce a capital goods, whether the business produce service goods, both type of goods are required by the society. So they are engaged, they are involved in producing goods and services at a large scale, and they are not only satisfying the need of the consumer who are living locally, but they are exporting the goods from one country to another. Sometimes they are transporting the goods from one state to another, one city to another. So in this way, they are helping. Second, it creates employment, right? When a person is engaged in a business activities, he has set up his startup, he has set up his new business. Definitely, he needs person, he need the people, he need the resources who might help him in their day-to-day activities. So this is a way the business increase the employment opportunities in the economy. So business provide job in the manufacturing, trade, transport, banking, insurance, communication, and many other sectors, right? So this is how they create employment opportunities. Third one is it promote the national income. National income is the final goods or say value of the goods and service produced in a economy for a one accounting year. Let me repeat. National income is the value of goods and services produced in an economy in a one accounting year. So this is your national income. National income is somehow related with the production of the goods and services on a yearly basis. We continue calculate them on a yearly basis whether you are producing or a business producing product or services. Product might be different, services might be different. Project might be include capital goods or consumer goods. Service might be banking, insurance, travel and tourism, and your insurance and many other services. So this is how the business help to promote national income in a very different way. They help through the increasing the production. They help through producing different goods and services for the economy. So as much as they produce as much as they produce, it will promote the national income. So higher business activities increase the production and which contribute to the country's national income. Next, it increase the trade. It increase the trade. So how they increase the trade? Let me help you to understand. Business supports both domestic and international trade and expanding the market and increasing the economic activities, because once you are involved in the production activities as a producer, as a supplier, as a manufacturer, so your work is not only confined to the domestic area, domestic trades. You are definitely supporting your own economy by providing them goods and services whatever you are producing, but simultaneously you are exporting the goods on a international level, and you are sending your goods from one country to another. So this is how you are increasing as a businessman your trade to other countries. So business support both domestic or international trade, expanding the market and increasing the economic opportunities. You will extending the market when you are expanding the market in a very different way, and it will help you to share your goods with others or other countries in a very significant manners. You are capable of producing something important with the least cost possible. So you have an opportunity to expand your market, expand your product, and expand your services from one country to another. So you can send your goods from one country to another, one state to another, and in the same way you are increasing your economic opportunities. So this is how your business will increase the trade and other related aspects. Next, we are focusing on it develop the infrastructure. So how it will be helping in developing the infrastructure. Business definitely increase the demand for capital goods, right? Capital goods is somehow related with the infrastructure development, whether you are producing, whether you are developing the roads, whether you are setting the railway tracks, railway, ports, warehouses, banking activities, communications. So these are the infrastructure base that you usually require for a business activities. So once you want to increase the business and its related aspect related activities, and if you want to export your product or services from one country to another, so definitely you not only producing the goods and services, but also you are designing and developing the infrastructures. Roads will help you to transport your goods. Railway will help you transport your goods and services and the passenger as well. Port will also help you to export the goods and services from one country to another. Warehouses will help you to store your goods and your different product for a long period of time when they need and the suddenly demand arises. So you can supply the your goods from these types of warehouses. Now you are focusing on the banking activities. Banking activities will help you to say send your money, send your money for your business, money for your product, money for your selling. So every time you are using the banking services, communications, you are using the internet, you are using your satellite. So definitely it's a part of infrastructure that help you to connect from one country to another, from one business to another. So this is how the business also indirectly develop the infrastructure. Now we are moving the next point, that is improve the living standard. How the business improve the living standard is very much important. Greater production activities or greater production provides consumer with a better quality product and wider choices and improved services. As you know that if you visit a particular supermarket or a mart, usually find variety of goods, variety of product, variety of services over there, right? So you can buy them from there. You can explore the different goods and choices, and as per the your requirement you can take the product, whether it's high price, low price, it all depends upon you. So definitely it will help you to choose all those quality goods which will help your living standard, which help to improve your living standard. It will provide you a wider choice in terms of product and services. You can choose among the different goods and services, and simultaneously you can choose among the different services as well. Services in terms of banking, you can choose a service of banking of a different banks, which banks you like and prefer. You can take the services of insurance companies which help you to choose a particular insurance product or any other services. So different product have you have different choices you have in the market, and different services you have in the market as associated with the different companies. So you can choose different product and services available in the market. So definitely it will help you to improve your living standard. So living standard associate with the quality of product, wider choice that you can have with you, and improve services that you can avail by purchasing that particular service. Next, we are moving how the business will help you. It generate the government revenue, right? It is a very important questions and important point sometime. How the business contribute to generate government revenue. So business contribute to generate income through the various taxes, direct indirectly, helping funds public services and development project. Once a person start a business, once a entrepreneurs start a business, so definitely they are producing goods, but when they sell the services, when they sell the product, they definitely charge the price, and price is inclusive of profit and the taxes. Cost and profit might be remain with the business, but the tax that the particular producer or the supplier charge from the particular customer, all the taxes they have collected from the customers have to be submitted, have to be deposited with the government account. So This is how the business will help generate the government revenue. Once the business deposit the taxes to the government account, in this way they help the economy by producing the different public services like the road, dams, bridges, metro station, railway tracks, and it also help in a different developing projects rated with the highways, rated with the airport development. So various other projects and the possibilities are there if the government have a revenue in form of taxes from the particular businessman or particular supplier. So this is how your business will generate government revenue, right? So this is the role and the importance of the business. Next, we are moving the concept of business. The word business originates from the word busy. However, in economics and the commerce, business has a broader meaning. Business refers to the organized economic activities undertaken to earn profit by producing or purchasing goods and services and selling them regularly to satisfy the human needs. We have already discussed this one. Component of business are business economic activities, production and purchase, regular sale, customer satisfaction, profit, and risk. We have almost covered all the component of a business. Business run economic activities, it produce goods and services, it sell the particular product and services at a particular price to satisfy the customer requirement or the demand. It will definitely earn profit by selling goods and services, but one important element business is also associated with the risk, right? Risk will be a definitely important part of a business. We will discuss it later on in this chapter because it has a full-fledged information about how the business will be riskier once they are not as per the requirement of the customer, requirement of the local economy, requirement of the whole economy. So they might face the revenue problem, they might face the shutdown problem. So many other risks are associated with the business. So we will discuss later on. But first of all, we are moving ahead and we are discussing some important aspects of the business or economic activities. Economic activities we have already discussed, but for your kind information, I am repeating the same. Business is considered an economic activities because it is performed to earn the income, it is provide livelihood, it involve exchange of goods and services, it create economic value, right? Business does not mean only profit. For your kind information, businesses do not work for only profit, they work for a social benefit, social welfare. So although earning profit is an important objective for a business, but business also aim to satisfy the customer need, create employment, support economic development, and ensure the long-term survival and the growth of business and the economy as well. But what are the common mistakes we can assume? Business exists only to earn money. This is a wrong myth. Profit is important, definitely, but business also serve customers and contribute to the society, right? So this is the important fundamental mistake that we usually have with our mind, and we usually think that the profit is only earned by the businessman, and the businessman is not concerned with the economic issue and their problems and the society and the customer. Definitely they are associating with the problem and the risk associated with the business and the customer. So they take they pay due attentions to the problem and the concern of the economy and its related problems. They definitely find out the problem of the customer while using the project, while using the services. They try to improve the services on a regular basis. So definitely they will help the customer to satisfy their needs. They will definitely provide them employment in the society. Definitely, they develop the economies and they definitely work for long-term survival and the growth aspect. So this is your problems that you can understand. Now we are focusing on other important point of the business, that is the characteristics of business. It is also somehow related with the role of business, and we have already discussed in a detail, but for your kind information I am repeating it again. Definitely it will give you the same understanding, same information as you study about the role of business in the economy. It is a definitely economic activities we have already discussed. It definitely related with the production and procurement of goods, raw material, and their process to final goods and services. Next, it is related with the sales and exchange. Once the goods are manufactured and produced, businessman or a business definitely sell them on a particular price. So definitely it will create a value to the customer, and it will definitely help the business to survive and grow. It will definitely have a regular dealing. Regular dealing is somehow related with the business dealing, right? Buying and selling of goods and services on a different period of time in one accounting year. So business involve repeated buying and selling. A single transaction does not qualify as a business. They definitely have to do number of transaction on a regular basis. Next, it is based on the profit motives. Every business aims to earn a realizable profit to survive and grow. Profit support expansion, innovation, and future investment. We have already discussed the same. It is has uncertainty of return. So this is a risk we want to discuss. Profit is never guaranteed, right? If a producer or a supplier have produced goods, and he is only willing to sell the goods on a price which are prevailing in the market, and he thinks that I will definitely earn profit, I'm definitely earn a huge profit on the selling the different goods and services. So this is not a guarantee, right? Until or unless your customer is very much aware of your product, your qualities, and if they are not loyal to your business, loyal to your product, they definitely will not give you a repeat business. So profit is never guaranteed at all. A business may earn high profit or low profit as per the selling or buying decisions of the customer and the business activity. So a business may earn high profit and sometimes they earn a low profit as well. So this is the both condition that you can understand and you can observe through this particular aspect. So once you understand the problems of the business, once you understand the characteristics of business, you will definitely find the same role and opportunities associated with the business. Next, we are definitely studying the element of a risk. Every business faces the uncertainty, right? Every business has some kind of uncertainties, whether your product might be accepted in the market or not, whether your service is having a quality or not, right? So every business have some kind of uncertainty. After producing goods, your product is not being accepted by the market, your service is not being accepted by the customer. So risk cannot be completely eliminated. You cannot eliminate, you cannot deny that your product definitely will sell in the market. You cannot say. It can only be reduced through proper planning. You're planning for the marketing of the goods, planning for the marketing of your services. So this is how your element of risk might be reduced, or risk activities might be mitigated while or through the proper planning. So this is how your characteristics of business will help you understand business and its various activities. Now we are discussing very important point: business, profession, and employment. Right. So all economic activities can be grouped into three categories: economic activities related with the business, related with the profession, and related with the employment. Here you have a comparative outlook of business versus profession versus employment. Here I have shared some of the important points that will help you to understand what are the significant difference between the business, profession, and employment. First, it is based on its meaning. During the business, you are producing and selling of goods and service for the profit, right? And profession, providing the specialized services using the professional knowledge like the CA, CS. They are professional. They are having a specialized knowledge and a service to the providing to the customer, providing to the required client. And employment, once a person is working for an employer in return for a salary. If a person is working for an employer and after ending of the month they get their salary in their accounts. This is the activities of employment. Okay, so this is the basic meaning that you can easily understood through this way. Next, how it begins: entrepreneurship decisions and the legal formalities. If you start a business as an entrepreneur, you have to take decision and you have to follow some legal formalities. Professional, you have to be associated with the professional bodies and you have to take a required license. So you are being part of a member of a particular professional body. CA and CS, they are particularly associated with the ICAI or ICSI and other bodies. So professional is somehow association with the particular bodies which allows them or provide them license to conduct their professional services and professional working with the public. Employment, it appoints by an employer through a service contract. If a person has been hired by a particular company or organization and he has been provided job description and the duties and the responsibility that he or she has to perform during that particular employment. So this is the opportunity, this is the kind of employment that is start with the service, that is start with the providing the service to the business. So you are doing a service contract with the business, and as an employee you are giving your time as a value to the to the employer, and an employer paying you a salary against your time provided to them. So this is how it begins. Now, nature of the work: producing and selling the goods and services. This is definitely a business activities. Offering expert and personalized services. CA and CS provide their expert and personalized services to the client and the customer. And employment: performing duties and assigned by other employees. As I told you, you have to follow some of the duties and the rights during the particular job, during a particular job description, job activities or employment options. You are definitely bound to perform all the activities assigned by a particular employer in a particular organization. So this is the nature of work that you do in a particular business, in profession or in employment. Next, you are focusing on your qualification, right? To doing a business, or to sorry to do a business, you not do not have a fixed qualification required, right? If you are only eight, you have passed in an eighth class, you have passed only ninth class, sometime 12th class. So if you have a knowledge how you do the business, then degree would not be matter, qualification would not be matter, right? So you can conduct your business whether you are not having a so much high qualification for this, but you are having a basic understanding of the business and this related aspects, related factors, and related opportunities, risk, strength, weaknesses, that will allow you to think in a different way and allow you to produce the goods and service accordingly. So this is way you are definitely working for the economy. Next, but definitely you are required a professional education and training expertise as a profession. CACS definitely have their own degree. They have definitely their own way of working. They have got training. They have got expertise in a particular particular documentation, like filing the ITR, how to provide the services for tax calculation, how to provide services for fulfilling the ITR facilities. So in this way, they are providing their services to their client. Sometimes they are providing the legal information to the client who want to set up their business and set up their working on a day-to-day basis. So professional services definitely need a training, expertise, and education. Now we are moving on employment. Qualification depends on employer's requirement. Sometimes when you apply for a particular job, so definitely job description will help you. You should have this kind of qualification with you. You should be MBA, you should be a BBA, you should be a say MCOM, PhD. You should have a knowledge about the AI. You should be AI certified. So this is the qualifications. Sometimes is demanded by the employer. So in this way, employment will have a qualification for a business for a employee's point of view, and they demand some particular certification and a degree once you apply for a particular job and its particular rights and responsibilities. Next, reward. Business earn profit, in profession earn the professional services, professional fees, and employment earn, yeah, employees earn salary and wages in terms of their reward. Capital requirement. Business definitely depends on the size of business, or capital might be invested depending upon the size of business. If you have a small business, then capital requirement will be low. If you have a big business, capital requirement will be high. Professional services might be required a limited amount of capital. You can set up your own services, you can set up your own venture. So in this case, you definitely have to invest the money, but the money you invest in your business in providing the professional services like a CA and CS, then definitely it will have a limited amount of capital. Sometimes you are in profession of a doctors, you are in profession of a lawyer. So in this way, you are having your professional area. You are having a particular shop or chamber. So in that case, you have to invest the capital to set up your business, set up your infrastructure. So you need to invest some amount of capital for the same. Next, if you are an employees, you do not need any kind of investment. You just have to approach the organization. There is a particular seat available or seat assigned to you as employees. You have to sit over there, you have to work for a long hours, for 8 to 10 hours on a daily basis, and you do not need to set up your own area, own furniture, own cabinet, or own cabins. You do not need anything else. Next, risk. High risk in a business due to the uncertain profit we have already discussed. Profession have a moderate risk. Definitely, it is a less riskier than the business. They definitely depend upon the service they provide to the client. If the client is satisfied, definitely they will come to the particular professional as a CA, CS, doctor, and lawyer, and they avail the services from them. They definitely earn their professional fees. So this is a moderate risk. You can say the average risk associated with the professional services. And employment have a no risk at all, right? At end of the month, after giving your 8 to 10 hours on a regular basis, after completing a particular month, you are provided your salary, right? So very low and no business risk is associated with the employment activity. Next, we are focusing on the transfer of interest. Transfer of interest is possible, not possible, and not possible, right? If you have a business, definitely you are only producing goods and services. So you are solely responsible for the producing and goods. So you cannot transfer, you cannot provide the ownership of your business to someone else. You cannot provide ownership of your business to someone else. You are only providing goods and service to them. Okay. And transfer of interest is not possible because as a CA, as a CS, as a lawyer and doctors, you have your own interest in your doing the business. So you can you cannot transfer your interest to someone else. You cannot transfer your activities of profession to someone else. In the same way, you cannot transfer your interest of doing important work to others. Not possible. So it is also not possible in the case of employment opportunities. So business have definitely possibility of sharing the interest, but they share their interest. They can do the business in a partnership. They can be sole owner of the business. Sometimes they have a joint ownership, joint workings. So in this way, they have a possibility of transfer of interest. But in terms of goods or services, they are just sharing their product and services to the customer, but they are not transferring the goods. They definitely part with the other partners, other companies in producing the goods and services, so they can share their interest. But business will be there, business will be associated with them. They will just share their product and services. Let me help you clear it out. They are not sharing their business, they are sharing their goods and services after production. They are sharing their interest with the other companies or the partners. If they want to invest, or the other partner want to invest the capital in their business, they are welcome. And in this way they are sharing their interest, right? They are working on a particular one aspect of their business combinedly, jointly. So transfer of interest is possible in terms of the business point of view, but it is not possible once you are providing the professional services, once you are doing employment activities for your employees. So in this case, not possible, right? You have to present personally for providing the services. You have to uh, present personally to provide employment, your employing to perform your duties and your activities on a in an organization. You have to personally be there in terms of your interest. Okay. Next and last, code of conduct. No formal goods, no formal code prescribed. Business can be done with a different code of conduct, but it should be favorable to the society. But in terms of professional and your employment case, you definitely have to follow some professional ethics and some professional requirement. As a professional, you should follow some guidelines suggested by the particular member of the bodies in which to whom you are associated with. So you must follow the professional ethics and code of conduct. Same way, you have a appointed in a particular organization, they will allow you or follow, they will pressure you to follow this kind of rules and regulation. So definitely organization have some rules, professional services has some ethics, and which allow the professional to follow the same or employees to follow the same. But there is a no formal code of conduct for a business, right? But right now it has been a very much requirement, it has been very much required to design a very formal code of conduct for a business, so that it will not only help the business, it will help the businessman also or the customer also, so that they are working on a qualitative aspects of the product and services. They are definitely following the rules and regulation related with the product and services. They are definitely providing the qualitative goods and service to the customer. So this kind of code of conduct will be applicable for the business meanwhile. So this is all your difference between the business profession and your employment activities. And last examples we can quote: if you are in a business, definitely you are working as a shopkeeper or a manufacturer. If you have a professional, definitely you are a doctor, you are a lawyer, you are a chartered accountant. Or if you are employment activities, then definitely you are a teacher, you are a bank employee or government officer, etc. So this is your business, a profession, and employment differences. Next, we are focusing on classification of business activities. Business activities are divided into two major activities or two major categories. First is the industries, and one is your commerce. Industries is concerned with the producing goods and converting raw material into finished goods or useful product for a society. Okay, so it also include activities such as extracting natural resources and the breeding plants or animals. So this is how the industries are converting particular raw material into a finished goods, into a useful form of product and services that might be helpful for the society, that might be used by the societies in a very systematic manner. On the other hand, we are understanding about the commerce. Commerce help goods move from producer to consumer. It include trade auxiliary to trade. It include trade and auxiliary to trade. Industries, you are producing and you are converting the raw material into a finished goods. You are not selling. But in commerce, you are selling your goods and services to your customer, to your consumer. So you are involved in the trading activities, you are involved in the other auxiliary activities associated with the trade, like you have produced a particular goods. Now you have to transfer the goods with the help of a lorry, truck, or any other vehicle. Then you are using the service of logistic firms. So all these are auxiliary to the trade, which help the producer to send or to distribute the goods from its warehouses to doorstep of the consumer. So this is how your industry and commerce will affect all the business activities, and business activity involve these two major categories that include the industry and the commerce. So industry will definitely manufacturer only. Industry will definitely focus on manufacturing, but commerce is related or somehow associated with the selling of the goods by the producer to consumer. Now we are moving our next important element, that is types of industries. What are the types of industries that you usually understand? Industry may be of three types: primary, secondary, or tertiary, you can say. Primary industries obtain product directly from the nature. They supply raw material to the other industries. Primary industries might be extractive and the genetic. Extractive industries includes uh, or remove natural resources from the earth or water. They sometimes extract. They are engaged in the mining, fishing, lumbering, hunting, or farming. So this is the somehow extractive industry. Genetic industries is also part of industries. Genetic industries, these industry improve and multiply the plant and animal for future use. For example, seed farms, poultry farms, fish hatcheries, cattle breeding, and plant nursery. So this is helpful for producing more plant and more animals for future use. So they are part of genetic industries. They focus on breeding the further plant and animal for future use. So they will part of genetic industry. And extractive industry, in which you extract natural resources from the earth or from the water, like mining, fishing, lumbering, and hunting and the farming. So this is your industries related with your primary activities, or say primary industries. Second, we focus on secondary activities, that is also related with the manufacturing or constructions. So manufacturing is related with manufacturing change the raw material into a useful product or into a finished product. So this is their way of converting their raw material into a useful product, useful goods and services. Now there are four types of manufacturing: analytical, syntheticals, processing, and assembly. Let me help you to understand each one of them. Analytical industries is somehow related with what? Is related with one raw material is separated into a different product, right? If you extract a crude oil from the refined industries, then it will be separated in petrol, diesel, and kerosene. Crude oil might have a three aspects. First, you extract your petrol, then you extract your diesel, and then you extract your kerosene out of the crude oil. This is what analytical, right? You are doing analyzing. You are analyzing what elements are a part of this particular crude oil. The crude oil is analyzed by exploring its different aspects. Like you can explore petrol, you can explore diesel, you can explore kerosene. So this is how your raw material is separated into different products. Next, synthetical industries. Different materials are combined to make one new product. For example, cement. Different materials are combined to make a one new product, that is your cement. Next, processing industries. Processing industries is related with Product processed through several stages before completions, right? Sugar, paper, sugar or the paper, right? These are the two different example. Sugar is processed through the sugar cane, right? It will help you to produce good. Then you produce your sugar. Paper have also different stages, and different stages will help you to generate a particular product, and processing will allow the industries to follow the different stages, and then ultimately you have your own product which you require, whether it's a sugar or it's a paper. Next is assembly industries. As the name suggests, assemble different parts. Different parts are joined together or assembled to make a finished goods like a computer, televisions, or car. This is your assembly industries. Construction industries create permanent structures. Whether you build a building, your roads, bridges, dams, canal, metro stations, all are part of construction industries. All are examples of construction industries. So you can see that if you have a, or if you have to construct a particular building, then you have to build a, you have to use different elements, concrete, your cement, your iron ore, and many other elements. And in the same way, you are using your different element for producing all these five examples that are written over here. So in this way, your manufacturing industry and its different types will help you to understand the business in terms of industries. Now we are focusing on our territory industry. This is the third industries or third in aspects of industries. These industries provide services that support primary industries and secondary industries and trade. They help business functions smoothly. Basically, they are providing the services. You are taking the banking services, you are taking the insurance services, you are taking the transportation services, you are taking the warehousing services, and sometimes you are taking the advertising services and your communication services. So this is how your data industry will provide and engage in providing services to the different customer and the client over a different period of time. So this is how you understand about your industries, right? So tomorrow we will follow, or we will have another video related with the commerce. And till now we have studied about our business from the point of industries, and in the next video we will move forward and understand our this particular point in this regard. So thank you very much for listening, and if you found this particular video important, you can like, subscribe, and share with other student and other student who are definitely need to understand the business studies and their related aspects, and you can share with them. So thank you very much. See you in the next video. Till then, take care and have a nice day.